Hi, I'm Laura Ascione, editorial director with East School News, and we are here at It's Live 2025.
Hi, Laura. I'm Robert Gegg of Bluum. I am the Chief Revenue Officer, working with an incredible group of dedicated professionals that care so much about the education market. I'm really excited to talk to you today.
Thank you so much for chatting with us. First, I want to ask you, tell us a little bit about Bluum and what you guys specialize in and what you're doing here at the conference.
Well, first of all, thank you. We're a tech company, but we're a tech company that's exclusively focused on the education market. So what does that mean? It truly means four different main things. Having that education focus. Secondly, we're a national-based company where there's so many of our competitors that are regional, but we're rooted locally. Third, we truly believe in student outcomes. That is what we do, and we have the support to make sure that that's a main focus. And then finally, we believe in the customer experience above all else.
That's perfect. I definitely want to dive into the student outcomes portion of this. What does that look like when you are working with a district, and how do you ensure strong outcomes?
Okay, so many years ago, we found ourselves becoming a bigger and bigger presence in the education market. And we were selling a lot of products, but what we were doing is it was essentially we were providing those products, but we weren't giving our customers the ability to actually integrate it the way they need to. And what does that mean? Well, we started to bring teachers on staff. And then we started offering services that actually, it's more than just putting products in the classroom, it's actually integrating them. So we have our teachers on staff that are always there providing professional services for all the related products that truly make a difference in that classroom.
It's definitely critical to make sure that the technology and the tools are actually used. How do you guys go about that?
Well, the first thing you do is like a needs analysis. So we spend a lot of our time actually not showing product, even though you can see around here we have a lot of different displays, a lot of different things. But we talk about the school's needs and concerns that they have going into their next school year. And then we actually take an approach where we bring in educators to then find out the best products and services, put goals in place, put training and implementation plans in place, and then launch.
So let's talk a little bit about a school district's experience as they're starting to work with you.
I'm going to give you a great example. Let's talk about what might be what we're doing right now with many school districts across the country. Let's say they have a large audio install that they would like. And then the audio is really important for the teacher because students hearing and then the amplification, what a teacher has to deal with every day. So we might be going into a school that's happening right now, and we'll be integrating 130 classrooms. We have the system in place. We have the people in place to make that a really successful event. So then not just integrating it, but it's the training after and the support. But that's a real world example. Also, digital signage in public places, interactive flat panels in the classrooms. Everything is done. It's done well, and it's done for student outcomes.
That's great. And the district feels heard and supported as they're telling you what they need and what outcomes they want to see from their students.
Typically at the very end, we go through that needs analysis that started it. And then we go through and say, hey, did we do this? Did we do this? Did we do this? Is this what you guys were looking for? And so that end, that the integration or the install might be done, but then it's the hard work of the training and the support after that really makes the difference.
So let's talk about some of these magic moments that you create for school districts.
Well, there's spaces, and the spaces are so important. So it's that coming together. We've talked about a little bit about, discovering what the needs might be, but then it's the magic is putting it all together and then actually seeing that student and how they're able to take that technology and make it happen. That's the magic moment. And it's when the teacher feels supported, the teacher feels like they're just not, because the teachers, they have so much to do. There's so much being asked of them. And a lot of this technology, although it's really user friendly, it's another thing to put onto that teacher. So when they can actually have a student come up to the board, write on the screen, and make that impact, that's the big deal. That's the magic moment.
That's fantastic. Any last thoughts? Any calls to action for schools and districts?
I'd say give us a chance. I mean, we are, as I mentioned, we are 100% education focused. It's what we do. It's what we do best. We have over 400 employees dedicated to making student outcomes reality.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rob, for chatting with us.
Thanks, Laura. I'd love to be interviewed. Appreciate it.
Thank you.